Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to all Jamaicans, wherever you are across the world. Blessed love to you. Tuesday the 16th of June, our time has flown. We're actually halfway through the year already. We just started a few weeks ago. Again, I must say blessed love to all Jamaicans and welcome. God bless you all wherever you are. I did a video a couple of weeks ago on the Angela Brownberg incident in Parliament with the Mace and Promise of Part 2. Now, I didn't get the time to do it because of work constraint and work and studies. But I'm forced to do it this morning because I saw an article in the Gleaner yesterday, headline that says Brownberg. Well, I'm paraphrasing the headline here. It says something about Brownberg apology in Parliament and her acceptance of her blunder or wrongdoing in Parliament is incomplete. More comprehensive apology is required. This by the JLP Communications Chairman, Abka Fitzhenley. Now, I want to say something about Mr. Fitzhenley's comment because he said the Brownberg needs to make an apology to Juliet Holness, Parliament, and to the Jamaican people or to Jamaica. He goes on to say that Brownberg brought the House, the activities of Parliament into disrepute, just delaying debate on an important bill intended to bring assistance quickly to the Jamaican people. I just want to know, Mr. Fitzhenley, if that debate was completed at some time later during the day when, and was the assistance quickly passed on to the people as intended. I know I'm not going to get a response from you, buddy, but it is what it is. But I have to ask a question. Now, to quickly sum up this part 2, I just want to say to Miss Brownberg, you did nothing wrong. Hold your head high. You did nothing wrong. The mace, as they called it, is a relic of our colonial masters. Why do we have it? Now this leads me to another contemplation. It is no doubt, there's no doubt that our government, both PNP and JLP, is seeking to cut the umbilical cord, monarchical cord, and tie ourselves, release or free ourselves from the monarch. Now, to get rid of the monarch, do away with the monarch. Now, when you look at all these terms, you do away with the monarch, you get rid of the monarch, you free yourself from the monarch. Why? Why is this the only way it can be explained? Because all the politicians that here talk about it says, boy, we're free now, still want to get to that monarch. It's time to move away from the monarch. Which tells us that we are still attached to the monarch. Thus the importance of the mace. And I'm sure every country throughout the world, every Commonwealth country throughout the world has the symbol of the mace. Even the English people then. Even the English folks who flee from England, came to America, went to Australia, New Zealand, all over, still has the mace a symbolic part of their parliament. That's the politics. So the question we should be all asking ourselves instead of fussing and fighting over Brownberg touching the mace. Jamaica, we need to find out why is it so important, and will we still retain the mace if we ever did move away from the successfully move away from the monarch? As far as I'm concerned, the mace is a symbol. It symbolizes the fact that the monarch, by intent, never really grant us independence. We were just granted the autonomy to self-govern ourselves. We were not given independence, just the autonomy to self-govern ourselves. And to quickly add to the second, to quickly throw in, because the legacy of the monarch, which is coming from our colonial masters, is very important to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because here comes, on the heels of that incident, a few weeks later, Nikisha Burrell, in her contribution to the sectoral debate, where she started out using our indigenous language, our native language, original language created in Jamaica by Jamaicans. Patois. Now, I'd like to remind everyone in Parliament and all Jamaicans, and I'm sure a lot of us recognize this and realize it, those of us who are really deep into our culture and understand our culture and value it for what it is, that this is a language that, Juliet Wellness, if we never develop this language and use it for our own communication and survival means, during slavery, you wouldn't be here. You probably wouldn't be here, and a lot of us probably would not be here today. So all Jamaicans who are alive today, wherever we are in the world, we need to give thanks to this patois, because I also hear the Jamaicans that talk about, why you chat bad, you this. Well, listen, it's the same chat bad language your great-great-grandfather used to use in slavery and your family them. We have lost track of and recognition of. We no longer know them and recognize them. We pass some of our very relatives on the street cursing them out and don't know that they're our relatives because we were so scattered. And when we need to gather on the farm to talk to each other, we have to use and develop a language that our colonial masters could not understand. Thus the birth of the native language. Patois that everybody thinks, oh, is a chat bad language. No. It's a part of our culture that saved many lives. It has led many people to freedom. It has helped us in our fight for freedom from our colonial masters. So, Nick Burchell, and I'll say this to you, it's fortunate you both are from the same political party, but I'm not either here for PNP nor party. I'm just giving my perspective and things that I see it. And I don't care which party you are, I'll speak as I see it, PNP or JLP. I'm not here for none of them. But I must say to you guys, don't be dismayed. Let them judge you all they want to judge you. And take all critique with a smile. Because in the long run, really and truly, no one can successfully judge you and your action with the Mace Brown and with your language. Nikisha Burrell. No one. Time is the only master by which you people can be judged. So I would say to you, from my perspective, hold your head high. You have done nothing wrong. And both all those who think you were wrong and disrespectful and unethical, and you need to go present some better apology to people in places and all of these things. Let them talk, let them say what they want to say, let them do what they want to do. Time is the only true yardstick by which you both can be judged. Ladies and gentlemen, that's for me in part 2 of that Mace incident in Parliament, because it is so unfair. It is so unfair, right? That we must bow to a legacy. Apologize. We're asked to apologize to a relic of our colonial masters. The very colonial masters we are trying. We are fighting so hard. For years now we've been talking about it, and we cannot cut that umbilical cord from the monarch. We cannot cut it from our colonial masters. And the mace is a symbol that reminds us that we have no independence, just a right to self-government, or to self-govern ourselves. That's what they gave us, the right to self-govern ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Lenny Robbins YouTube channel. Leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. We want to grow this channel. The intention is to keep growing it. We are growing slowly, but that's all right. Doesn't matter if we go 5 persons, 5 subscribers, 3 subscribers. That's all right with us. The idea is not to be out there to be the greatest or the leading whatever, anything, or making the most money. That's not the idea. The idea is to start to make sure that we can reach more Jamaicans across, we can help more Jamaicans, empower more Jamaicans to understand and make common sense of what is happening around us. The Prime Minister in his last cabinet press briefing commented that the common sense explanation people are giving it, that is not sense. It is not sense. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to you, Mr. Prime Minister, and people at your level, but people at our level, that's all we have to hold on to, common sense. That's how we understand, and that's how we can call you out whether we are right or wrong, and whether you are right or wrong in what you do or say. Common sense is what we have to use. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Lenny Robbins YouTube show. Know your politics. Let's come together to create a better understanding for each other. Let us watch what they do. Watch what they do. Over and out.